Hello, my name is Ali and welcome to my channel. We are back with Caller X Malice, Shiraishi's route. Now my allergies are acting up just a little bit, so if I sound a little nasally, I do apologize. Anyway, let's go. Walking in, I quickly noticed that Yanagi was the only one there. Where is everyone else?
Inamoto is out. Sasuzuka went home. Did you need them for something?
No, actually, I came today hoping I could ask for your advice on something. I summarized what had happened between Shiraishi and I. Then I nervously asked, and I thought you might be someone who would know Shiraishi better than most. Could I ask you to please give me some insight about him?
You want to hear some stories, eh? The only one I can tell you about him is the one about when we met.
That should be plenty. Please. I bowed deeply. Yanagi sighed and looked into the distance like he could see the past in it.
It was back when I was in Section 1. There was a case where Shiraishi and I got partnered up. Back then, his curiosity ruled all. If he wanted to know something, he'd do anything. Obviously, that led to problems, but Shiraishi's profiling was absolutely critical to finding the right suspects. But even when his analysis led to us to the right guy, he always seemed bored when we arrested them. I don't think he felt any sense of accomplishment.
Huh? Why not?
He only seemed to be happy when solving the puzzle of who the suspect was. Once he had that figured out, he didn't care what happened next. He was uninterested in the victims and suspects themselves. I remember plenty of times he ran his mouth off and made a mess of an investigation.
Do you know how or why he became like that?
Nope. He's been exactly like that the whole time I've known him.
I couldn't think of what to say after that. Then, how did you get to be good friends with him?
Because we got partnered a lot, probably. No one else wanted to put up with him.
But unlike with most other people, it seems like you talk to him as an equal.
He and I are a little alike, I guess.
What?
Well, he seems like a hard-to-understand guy at first. But if you just look at things from a different angle, he's pretty simple to figure out.
Simple? Shiraishi?
A real klutz, too.
A klutz?
Sorry, I've got you all mixed up, don't I? Yeah, there are times he's in obtuse pain. When he gets like that.
Yes?
Don't provoke him. Just let him be.
Expecting to hear some secret trick to figuring him out, I felt a little disappointed. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you might have known a hidden side of him that no one else did.
Hidden side? He doesn't have any of those. Everything he is right there in the open. Yeah, he's a pain to handle at times, but if you get used to it, it isn't all that bad.
Is that really all it is? I tried, but I couldn't imagine myself building any sort of relationship with Shiraishi anymore.
Whenever someone just can't keep up with him, he knows. He'll be the one to lead them. He doesn't particularly care, really. At least, not usually. But this time is different.
Huh?
Apparently, he wants to be friends with you. He even flat out asked me what he is supposed to do more than once. Shiraishi never goes out of his way to conform to anyone else. If someone leaves, they leave. He won't pursue them. But it's different with you. It looks like his attempt to be proactive backfired, but this is something new to him. He doesn't understand how to get close to someone, though I highly doubt he thinks what he's done so far is wrong on his part at all.
He's contrary. He gleefully fans the flames of an argument. He does nothing but make people anxious. If I didn't have to be polite, I'd say Shiraishi is one massive pain in the ass. But I wasn't innocent either. I wanted him to understand me, but had I tried to understand him? I don't think I like Shiraishi. Even when it comes to the investigation, he can't give me any advice without making it a trial.
Do you think he'd bother wasting time giving advice to someone he didn't have expectations of?
Well, maybe not, but...
You can't figure him out, but I'm betting that he also can't figure you out. That's why you're always on different pages.
I can't help but think he isn't particularly interested in trying to understand me.
Don't get caught up in the emotional side. Look at the facts. He reached out to you. That's fact. For him, that's a lot. He's trying to be considerate.
Those things aren't so easy to see clearly.
Yeah. That part you just have to get used to. If you let it bug you every time, you'll go nuts.
I don't even know if that's possible.
You came to me asking for advice on Shiraishi because you wanted to get to know him better. Doesn't that answer your question?
His words flicked a light bulb in my head. I can tell already that he's going to tease me and mess with me and find all kinds of ways to entertain himself at my expense. But I'll try.
He has no problem saying whatever he feels like to you. How about you return the favor?
I will, thanks. With the gentle push from Yanagi, I made up my mind to confront Shiraishi once again. All right. Ooh, his point of view. Shiraishi's. There's no getting bored with this many incidents going on, but all the travel is such a pain. Putting the stack of reports I'd gotten from HQ on my desk, I settled into my chair. First, had to examine the crime scene. Come back to do research, profile, then return. All this work hardly gave me time to breathe. Of course, this is exactly the time when someone tries to call me. Buzz, buzz. Wondering who it could be, I checked my phone, and blinked in surprise. Yanagi? Now this is odd. He hardly ever calls me. Well, do you have a mess you need cleaned up? Or did you just miss the sound of my voice?
Neither. It's Hoshino.
Oh? Did our caller finally go off, poisoning her to death?
No. She just stopped by the office. Seems you managed to really tick her off this time.
Oh, that? Well, yeah, I did. She said something about investigating on her own now, or whatever. I try to look after her, and she suddenly gets upset and runs away. What was it that she didn't like?
She has her own thoughts and opinions, Shiraishi. She's not so dumb that she needs your lessons. In fact, she just stopped by the office to talk to me because she wanted to learn more about you.
Huh. She what? Really? Last I saw her, she looked like she didn't want to think about me ever again. There would be no more inconveniences in her life if she just did choose to avoid me. Her only desire was the removal of the collar. It seemed like some nebulous sense of justice was compelling her to solve the X-Day cases, but if she needed help, it didn't have to be from me. Yanagi would be a far more suitable partner. Though perhaps her suspicion of me was the stronger emotional impetus. But if that's the case, I can't see the necessity for her to cooperate with a person she hates so much she'd actively desire to avoid me. She still had several avenues for investigation that did not involve interacting with me. Why is she so fixated on me? It was weird.
So, what are you going to do? Are you going to leave things the way they are?
I was used to being hated and avoided. Even if they actively attempted to get closer, if I was uninterested, it was goodbye. Unfortunately, this one time, there were reasons I couldn't just ignore her. Flashback. Stop trying to manipulate my feelings. I'm no doll. I am not a toy for you to play with. You may think of me as a doll, but to me, you are the doll. One without a heart or soul. I didn't really care what people said to me, but that felt like a barb that hit its mark. Given recent events, the SRCPO has to be drowning in complaints right now. She could just let it all go in one ear and out the other, but I bet she actually listens to them. If I give her something she likes, will that make her happy? Ugh, this is such a pain. My chair, of course, squeaked right at that time. It was my chair. See? It was my chair. This would be so... Wait, wrong voice.
This would be so much easier if she was one of those girls who was happy with anything expensive. But that sort of girl would be so predictable, I would have been bored with her a long time ago. Emotions are amorphous, insubstantial. Trying to comprehend such illusions makes no logical sense. I had never needed to do anything like that in my job before. It was difficult to grasp. If I could just ignore her, I would. But given the position I was in, I couldn't. Position. I grimaced at my own choice of words. Good thing she didn't hear that. I can already hear her saying, "Wow, Shiraishi. I never knew you cared about your position." Yeah, I do care. Believe it or not. In fact, to me, it's more important than anything. To fulfill my duty, it is absolutely required that I become friendly with her. Attempting the same method of advance will just make her run again, though. So, what do I do? Even after Yanagi ended our call, I kept thinking about what the next correct move would be. In the end, I decided.
Back to Hoshino. December 17th, 8:25 a.m. If I was going to confront him, sooner was better. When lunch break finally rolled around, I would muster my courage to go to the crime lab. At least, that had been the plan. Is he going to come to you? Yep. But when I arrived to work that morning, Shiraishi was waiting for me at my desk. And for some reason, he was looking at me like he wasn't sure what to do. Should I say something first? Thinking back on how we last parted, I couldn't force myself to say a simple greeting. While I was trying to figure out what to do, he stuck his hand out in it was a bag. Oh, in it was, what? Oh, in the hand. Okay. I don't know why, but that sentence sounded so weird to me. I'm like, in it was a bag? Like, was he sticking his hand in a bag? But now I realized when he stuck his hand out, there's a bag in his hand. Okay. Anyway.
You've probably been really busy lately. I think you'd like these, so here.
Huh? Before I could even look to see what it was in the bag, he had turned around and left. Uneasy, I carefully peeked inside of the bag. In it, I saw a familiar package. Wow, these are the animal crackers I'd loved as a kid. Well, he was right about me liking these. I wonder what brought this about, though. Is he trying to buy my attention with presents again? No. One box of these is only 150 yen. Wait a minute. Is it me, or did he actually say you've probably been busy when he dropped these off? I doubted self-centered and uncaring Shiraishi would bother trying just to make me feel better. At first, he had only viewed me as a necessary means to acquiring new witness testimony, but even when it came to observing my caller, he seemed to give up if I just said no long enough. Yet, flashback.
He doesn't understand how to get close to someone, though I highly doubt he thinks what he's done so far is wrong on his part at all.
Is he maybe trying to change? Have my words gotten through to him? The bag was one from the local grocery store. Just the thought of Shiraishi going to the snack section and picking something out for me made the tiniest bubble of joy well up inside me. I wasn't able to thank him in time. Okie dokie. You know what? I'm going to let you guys go here. I hope you are enjoying, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!